there's like kind of like a thread of anti-capitalist like critiques like throughout like his films, like with Highs and Low, Stray Dog, and I'm wondering what kind of like emphasis that kind of like moment where he kind of like goes to see her and she's like working like at a factory. She leaves this kind of bureaucratic like place to be like, I'm gonna go work, and her line seems to like rejuvenate him. Like, I just live and I work.
Yeah. Something I learned through the process of this film, that he was, connected to the Communist Party in the time.
Yeah.
I mean, when I say communist, people just jump, but all the artists were communists. He is a very rebellious politically, so I think putting this in was making something and going to a factory.
Yeah.
The factory is the power of the worker. All these things are like images that makes a very big difference. One thing too, as you talk about this, that the scene of this little rabbit, when the rabbit passed by, this is like the crucial point of the film, when he's sitting and he sees the little rabbit passing by, who is really maybe connected with children and everything else, it's there, he says, I can do it. And that is really another very important point. So it's a rabbit who is made in the factory. I mean, we could expand in a lot of ways, but seeing this rabbit coming in front of him, he realized, yes, I can do something. And then the change comes. But the change is really kind of, very fast. He changes and he decides to go. But coming back to this, this idea of like rebellious and the factory things, it's really like, I think, very connected to his political position.
Right.
I think,
I mean, I would say most intellectuals in Japan were Marxist and remained Marxist.
Yeah.
I mean, Japanese historiography remains Marxist all the way up through at least the 90s, some could argue further. That being said, I think that there's a very large undercurrent also about the bureaucracy, particularly in the 50s. And so I think that it's more about forward motion and the ability to get things done versus not. And what we see in this film is a push against, when I teach one of my classes, we show Gojira from 54, and then we watch Shin Gojira, which is from 2018, which is also from, they're both from Toyo, also the same place as this came from out. But the monster in Shin Gojira is bureaucracy. And it's a theme that you see throughout Japanese films over and over again. And watching this, having seen the much more modern monster that is bureaucracy, I see that also here. So I think that while you do see a lot of anti-capitalist messages in a lot of his films, I think here it was more the devil you know and the devil you don't. At least there's motion, so you can get something accomplished with that. And I think he was leaning more towards that instead of his own political views.
Yeah, and accepting that your life is going to be whatever it is. He said, I never really realized or questioned that what I was doing is not really anything. And you have this diploma, 25 years of accomplishment or 30 years of accomplishment. I mean, it would be the same today too. I mean, so many people do like a job because they have to do the job, and as they get older, they realize what they've been doing is absolutely nothing. They're nothing. So I think like this rebellion aspect of like questioning, is just a question, what am I doing and can I change it? And here, for the last 6 months that he has to do is really like this kind of frame, he's gonna change it. He's gonna do something. And this is a call to society too, to us, even as today. Because this movie, I think, has a lot of calling of today. You will say, so if you don't like, what are you doing? Can you do something? Can you make a change? And of course, into the process, it's not just him who is dying, because at the time when they are sitting all around, they say, we can die anytime. I love that, because it's this really a super question about us as humans, but at any age, at any time. And what do we do from our life, and how do we make it more fruitful, doing something interesting?